Welcome back to Sports Divided College Pick'em Podcast presented by Mamas on the Hill. Week 14, episode 15, Rivalry Week, Thanksgiving. Do we have a packed show this week? I'm sure Yuri's already getting ready for that noon kick on, the Big Noon Fox or whatever you want to call it, the stupidest pregame in the land.
Big Noon Kickoff.
Yeah, whatever it is.
I'll be fired up. I'll be watching.
But addressed last week, we didn't have an episode. A couple things fell out of place. I had something come up with work, stayed a little too late. Tyler was in Wichita, getting off work at 10 p.m. and then Tyler having to have a flight at 4 a.m. or whatever it was. Doesn't exactly bode well to get the podcast done, so it just didn't happen. That's on us. We wear that. But yeah, so Tyler's got, I think it's story time with Uncle Ty right now, and maybe right into a Numb Nut of the week.
Yeah, it's a good, and it's you're transitioning this well about my trip to Wichita. So, fly to Wichita last Thursday morning. I had a lunch scheduled, an afternoon meeting, and then a dinner. So it was back to back to back. My flight gets delayed out of St. Louis for an hour and a half. I don't know why. No one said anything. It was sunny as can be. Then go to windy, blistering, cold Wichita. Had lunch at a nice facility. Get done with lunch. Had some time in between lunch and my afternoon meeting to go check into my hotel. It was at 3 o'clock. It was like right after 3 o'clock. So I checked in, put my bags down real quick, and then just left and went to my 4 o'clock meeting. Had that meeting, went to dinner, had dinner scheduled at 5:30, 6 o'clock with a couple of clients, and I didn't get out of there till like 8:30, 9 o'clock. So my day was like, it was like a 14-hour day turned into that. So I was exhausted. All I wanted to do, guys, was go back to the hotel, plan on recording this podcast, take a hot shower, get into my jammies, lay down, go to turn on the shower, okay? Water is ice cold. Mind you, it's like 20 degrees in Wichita, too. Water is ice cold. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I called down to the lobby. I said, hey, ma'am, I think I need to move rooms. My hot water's not working. And she goes, oh, no, that's fine. We had a gas leak this morning, and we had to turn the gas off. So none of the hot water's going to work. And I said, it happened this morning. Why didn't you tell me that when I was checking in the afternoon, so I could go try to find another hotel instead of it being 10 o'clock and then doing that? She goes, oh, well, I can give you your early cancellation feedback. And I said, no, I just want the hot water. I gotta catch a flight at 5 a.m. I gotta be at the airport at 4 a.m. for my flight. I gotta be up in like 5 hours. She said, well, sorry, all we're doing is redoing the cancellation. She goes, don't worry though, it'll be back in the morning. So I go back to my room, lay down, ended up falling asleep at like 11:30. So I got like 3.5 hours of sleep. Woke up. Guess what didn't work?
Well, hot water. Their morning is probably 9 a.m. or 10.
Yeah. So I'm in this fucking... Oh, and also my shower was a handicap shower. So it had the stool, and it had the shower head to where you can move it up and down. Would have been nice if it was... Yeah, it would have been nice if it was like... would have been nice if it was hot water. I could have sat there, relaxed, doing like a nice little steam, get the body cleansed for my long day at work on Friday. No. So I'm in the shower with my head just trying to get my body all shivering. So then I go out to check out, and I kind of got over it. I got back. I was going to be calm. Guess what was Guess what was on the front desk when I was checking out?
The note that said they don't have hot water.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Was I piping hot. Oh, I was so mad. And I said, I think I need a refund for this stay. Nope. So for all the hundreds of thousands of listeners out there, if you ever manage to find yourself in Wichita make sure you do not stay at the Hilton by the airport. Shithole hotel, Numb Nuts of the week, pissed me off. Okay, we weren't going to have a Numb Nuts because this is Thanksgiving. We get Thanksgiving. It's going to be nice. We're going to talk about being thankful, and I'll let Trout transition to what we want to do next.
Hey, Trout, real quick. Hold on, real quick. Just because we didn't get talked about this last week. Was your cold water before or after you lost your quarterback?
It was before. And
okay.
also on top of that, I found that out. My phone was buzzing in my sport coat pocket, and I picked it up. And right when I sat down for dinner, I found that news out. But that's fine. That guy is a fraud, scumbag prick. The other reason he's at Michigan is because the founder of Oracle's wife is a Michigan fan and wanted to have a good football team. The guy doesn't have anything to do with Michigan. So, but it's also fine because Michigan can't develop a quarterback, so he's going to go there, probably transfer out in a year. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I mean, he's taking Portnoy's money, but the other thing is Brian Kelly just didn't dance with him, I guess, enough. He didn't grind on the recruit enough in the videos.
I mean, they had an $8 million NIL offer out to the guy that he agreed and signed on. He was already getting paid from LSU. He had been committed for over 300 days. Didn't visit Michigan except for this up until this last week. Publicly ripped on Michigan, saying they can't develop quarterbacks. That's why he's not going there. All of a sudden does 180. I mean, I can't blame the kid. He took a lot of money. It's life-changing money.
Yeah. He's going to be the face of Barstool College Athletics. He's going to be.
Don't be a scumbag.
He's going to. You know what happens when he has a bad game and Dave rips him?
Yeah. There goes the money.
Yeah, Dave will rip him.
No, Dave. When Dave's committed, he said this before. When it's my guy, it's my guy. I'll ride with him.
Okay, he'll still rip him for sucking, and then it's all over Barstool. You don't think Big Cat's going to poke at that either?
Hey, do you guys remember whenever a team in the SEC went out and bought a number one recruiting class with a below average head coach? Do you remember that team?
Well, I mean,
A&M every year.
Texas A&M.
A&M every year.
Yeah, 20 A&M. 20 million A&M for their high school roster. I think they were 5-7 and 6-6, and Jimbo got.
I mean, we saw it this year.
Welcome to that, Adam, because Sherrone Moore is not a good head coach. Okay?
I said it, you guys, 2 weeks ago, you guys looked at me like I was crazy because I said, does he get another week? I said, does he get another year? And you guys looked at me like I was crazy.
What says he's not a good head coach? He basically took the team to a national title last year.
He did not.
He had a great roster, but he coached the biggest games.
You don't think that Harbaugh literally was doing everything?
I'm just saying he was the head coach. He was the acting coach.
He almost blew a couple of those games.
Won a national title.
Almost blew a couple of those games. Harbaugh was on the sideline for the national title.
No, I understand that, but he got him there.
Well, against Maryland, Rutgers, and Ohio State.
So I gotta take Adam to lunch because I lost the bet that he wouldn't flip.
Hey, it's not over yet. What if he flips again?
No, he's locked up. He's got a good deal. He's good.
Could just be a flex to get more money.
That's right. I'd rather I'm all aboard the Nuss Bus still. We'll go hammer the portal. We'll be back.
So my numb nut of the week is whatever student, I don't know, whoever they were, that designed those LSU uniforms. Copy and paste from the Missouri playbook. Stripes and hey, just take those black stripes and make them purple. Thank you very much. That's our gold jersey.
You're going to hear disagreement from both of us on that.
Yeah, I was on the record saying I like the yellow jerseys.
I just think it's not LSU. It's like if Alabama goes out there in like gray or black.
I like when they do. Now, I don't like when they do that's a subtle, like just a single color. I don't mind that. Now when they do like the Oregon, all that shit, like Oregon's best jerseys are those Kelly green jerseys with the yellow on it. The yellow duck. That's the best jersey.
Is the duck.
The retro. The retro.
That's what I'm talking about.
Look like a duck.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh, no.
Yes, those are the best ones. With the white pants with the green leggings and green or orange leggings, orange socks, where it looks
no.
Those are the best ones.
So I do
There's
have
a
one
nuts,
question for you, Tyler, about the gold jerseys, right?
Yeah.
They wear gold jerseys. I feel like they only pull out these gold jerseys, whatever style year these gold jerseys happen, when they don't have a good enough football team. It's their gimmick. Did Joe Burrow ever wear a gold jersey? No.
I don't think that's it. So this was they wore these because the last time they wore there was a dilemma the last time.
When they wore the shit gold ones with Leonard Fournette?
No, this is different. This is a different reasoning.
those were bad.
So they played Vanderbilt. I think it was 1995 or 96 at LSU, and there was a and I saw it.
Yeah,
and
we saw it.
Yeah, I saw it. Those are terrible. And there was
Great.
there was a dilemma, like Vanderbilt vetoed them wearing a certain jersey, so then they had to wear yellow, so that's why they wore it. Long story short, no one really gives a shit about that. But
When Ohio State brings out those gray jerseys, those are fucking terrible.
yeah, those are bad. I love all black jerseys. I love that.
Georgia's all black.
Yeah, I love
Those are good
that.
with the dog collar on the neck. Those are great.
Like the Detroit Lions black jerseys. Love those.
Yeah,
Love those.
horrible helmet though with it.
Horrible helmet. Yeah.
Yeah, horrible helmet. I think if you wear black jersey, you got to go black helmet.
Black
No,
helmet.
they just wear their normal gray helmet and just make the lion black then.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I said they need to they need to wear black helmet.
But
anyway, enough of uni talk. Let's get to the most important part of the night. Our favorite Thanksgiving dish.
I thought he had something else before we were moving on. All right, Tyler.
Well,
seafood is not part of Thanksgiving.
I was going to say my real favorite Thanksgiving dishes. So I have to go to 3 different Thanksgivings. My parents are divorced, so I go to my dad's in the morning, and then I go to my in-laws for late lunch, and I go to my mom's house for dinner. So at this time, I'm sick and tired of eating turkey and ham and all the shit. So my stepdad whips up this amazing dish of seafood gumbo. It's got crawfish in it. It's got shrimp in it. It's got chicken in it. It's just fantastic. And you lay it on a bed of white steamed rice. It's a palate cleanser from eating turkey. So that was what I wanted to say, but I got razzed on from these numb nuts.
It's not a Thanksgiving meal. It's not a dish.
It's my family's tradition Thanksgiving dish. Okay. So
shout out Nate. Shout out Nate, but it's not a Thanksgiving dish.
I'll transition to my real favorite traditional Thanksgiving dish would be just your mashed potatoes and gravy. I don't think there's any, and you could eat that for many meals throughout the year, but I love mashed potatoes and brown gravy. And I like my mashed potatoes a certain way. I don't like them. I like little chunky. I don't like it all the way like
chunky.
So my
little skin in there.
I don't even need like I don't need a little skin in there. I like if you have like some chunky potatoes, they get mashed in all the way. I like those. But my grandma makes them like that. My mother-in-law makes them like that, and then my mom does as well. So it's a win-win-win, baby.
Extra butter.
Adam.
Yeah. Extra butter.
Stuffing is my favorite.
Hold on. If anyone says pumpkin pie, we're gonna stop the show right now.
Yeah, no pumpkin pie. I don't like pumpkin pie. I used to call pumpkin pie plain brown pie when I was a kid because I was like, this pumpkin is disgusting. But I was like, plain brown pie is fine. But I'm on the side of people that say Thanksgiving food's overrated. I do kind of think it's overrated.
You are high. You are high.
Because
I agree.
The people
that
say that if it was that good, people would eat it all the time. I'm kind of in that camp where if it was that great, you would have it once a month, once every 2 months. You eat it one time a year.
And because it's hard to prepare.
But it would be worse if it was that good.
And they say like, oh, leftovers is the best. Yeah, but you heat up the turkey and it's fucking drier than Clark Griswold's when they cut it open at Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, move on. I'll make my point here in a second.
My favorite thing is like making a sandwich the next day, but it's like you put cheese on it. It's cold. It's leftovers. You can put mustard on it. You almost make it's a deli sandwich. at that point.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
best
I
part.
mean,
Stuffing's
agree.
Are
probably
you
my
making
favorite.
the sandwich off Friends?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But stuffing's probably my favorite. Extra gravy. Just because it's dry. But
Oh, it's not. Then you don't know how whoever's making your stuffing doesn't know how to make stuffing.
I just you gotta put extra
you know what drives
gravy
me
on
nuts
it.
too is when people call stuffing dressing.
Dressing.
It's just an East Coast thing.
Yeah, it's stuffing. All right.
Because technically stuffing, if once it's in the bird and cooks in the bird, you pull it out, it's technically
Don't say
dressing because
bird.
there's
Don't say bird. Let's say
How
bird.
about those idiots every year that try to stuff the bird in the grease and blow up the
in the
house?
air, in the fryer, yeah,
in the
in the fryer.
every single fucking time. Yeah, it
You
is
hear it
one of
all
the
the time.
funniest things.
So mine too is I'm a stuffing guy. I do like the one that comes in and out of the bird. Pour some gravy on it. Add a little
hey,
salt
bird.
and pepper. But no,
if you go out there and shoot the turkey and then bring it home, cook it, then you can say bird.
Yeah,
if you're going to buy it, then
if you go to Deerberg's, Schnucks, you can't fucking say it. And then if your stuffing's coming out of a box, you definitely can't say it.
No, it's all homemade over at our place, so it's the best part. But to that point, right? Thanksgiving is all about the sides. Like, yeah, the turkey's turkey, but it's all about like what those sides are, how good those are. Whether it's a sweet potato casserole, mashed potato stuffing, whatever, green bean casserole, it's all good.
Hey, I just don't. Like, I think you're right. Like, I don't mind the stuffing. I like the mashed potatoes and gravy, the mac and cheese, green bean casserole. It's fine, but like, like the turkey, like, I mean, yeah, turkey's turkey. Like, do I love it?
I think the turkey is the least, like, the thing I put on the plate the least out of all of that stuff.
That's why it's overrated. Like, that's
not overrated. It's not overrated. You just got to know how you're rating it. Like, you can't say that turkey's the best because I guarantee everybody on Thanksgiving is like, oh, yeah, I'd rather have this. Like, nobody really says turkey's their favorite Thanksgiving dish.
You know what used to be the highlight of Thanksgiving, don't you?
The Detroit Lions losing?
The Knoll Turkey Bowl. There we go.
I remember the Knoll Turkey Bowl.
Okay, let's do this. Speaking of Lions and since it's Thanksgiving, I'll put you guys on the spot here. You have to give, and I know this is a college football show, but you have to give an NFL play of the day for Thanksgiving as a topper on top of our picks.
I mean,
I usually wait for
this one's easy.
What is it?
What's Detroit minus 10 at home against the Bears.
You saw the stat, didn't you? Teams that are double-digit favorites on Thanksgiving are 10-0 against the spread.
No, I just know how bad the Bears are.
Yeah, I'll give you guys.
Caleb Williams on national television at 11:30 in the morning. He's gonna throw about 7 picks.
I'll give you mine. Okay. The New York Football Giants plus 3.5 against the Cowboys. That's my pick.
Just gonna say the Cowboys minus 3.5.
Drew Lock's playing.
Yeah. Okay.
The pick on that one. I wish I could go back and see. I'll look here in a second maybe. I don't remember the last time the Cowboys won, let alone covered on Thanksgiving.
Oh, you want to talk about a great alternate jersey?
The pick might be Giants money line.
Yeah, or Malik Neighbors anytime touchdown.
What great alternate jersey is the white helmet?
Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah,
the Dallas Cowboys Thanksgiving jersey. That is a great alternate.
You know what my favorite jersey I ever saw?
Little Giants, definitely Little Giants.
So,
yeah, it's coming.
So, do you think that means the Giants wear the Giants on their helmet instead of the NY to match?
Oh man,
match the Little Giants game.
That would be an all-time uniform game.
The best all-time uniform game, I think, really was Cowboys wore that throwback uniform, and this was probably Steve Spurrier was the head coach of Washington. Well, the Redskins wore gold pants, gold pants, white helmet, gold pants, white jersey. They had the maroon helmet, but instead of the chief head, they just had the flying spears through it.
Yeah.
Like that uniform by them, they should have just kept that. They should have just called themselves like the Washington Arrows and put the spear on that helmet. Or the Washington Warriors.
The Washington Arrows.
Something.
Terrible name. Chargers
it's
minus
better than the
2.5.
Commanders.
Oh, yeah. Terrible name.
All right,
Chargers minus 2.5. Jim Harbaugh.
Chargers. That's not even a Thursday game.
Well, that's
You're looking at Sunday.
I already said NFL pick of the week.
All for Thursday. There's only 3 games. Bears at Lions, Giants at Cowboys, Dolphins at Packers.
I love the Packers too.
Yeah,
I love
so
the
do
Packers too.
I wish.
Give me Dolphins plus 3.5.
Okay.
Right. Green Bay's playing well.
Let's get to what the show's about.
Green Bay's playing well. I'm going to
take
the
other
team
team
that sucks
yes,
plus 3.5.
Because the NFL is always like that.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You go opposite of what you think is the right play.
Not on Thanksgiving, though. Thanksgiving usually is the one day where a lot of stuff just plays out right.
Okay, let's go to college football. I'm tired of the NFL bullshit. I hate the NFL.
Let's talk about last week. Last week, our listener of the week, they were going for 3 in a row. The Linwood hockey team rode with Colorado again and missed Colorado minus 2.5.
I could have told you that was going to happen.
The rest of us hit our locks. Tyler, Vandy plus 9.5.
Tyler's locks 9-4 in the year, by the way.
Adam, Arizona State minus 3.5. And I had Minnesota plus 11.5 at home against Penn State. So, locks aren't bad. The last week,
nope.
To Tyler's point, on his locks, he is 9-4. He's plus 460 on the locks. Adam is plus 250, and he is 8-5 on his locks.
One game back.
My locks kill me. So I have one less because I lost the rights 1 week. So I don't have one less lock. I myself am 4-8 on my locks, which is better than what it was because it was 2-6 at one point, and minus 470 on that. Our listener of the weeks right now are they're 5-5 on their locks and minus $65. So we got a lot of pressure here on this week's listener of the week for his lock. But yeah, we'll move on to our season total. Last week and the season total. So last week, Adam finished the week 11-9-0, up $110. Puts him on the season 114-141, 47.71%, minus 36.3 units. He was 7-2 against the spread, 4-7 against the number, though.
I'm going back at that number, though. I'm going to get there.
Tyler, best week by far of anybody this season. 7-2, not a whole lot of bets, but 7-2, 77.8%, up 480. So that puts him at 122, 128, and 3, 48.8%, minus 15.7 units.
I got to fix those totals, those win totals, the totals in the game. That's what's counting.
Yeah. And then I was 14-6, 70%, plus 750, and I almost hit a plus 320 with Minnesota. God, I would have been rolling in over $1,000. Didn't hit it though. So that puts me at 220, 223, and 3, 49.66 minus 20.1 units. Man, does that juice kill you. You got to have that 53% to cover that juice at all times, and nobody can get there right now.
Not yet. I'm on my way. I'll get there by the end of the year. Hey, question.
Any games you guys want to talk about last week?
Before we go, so we're going to have this week and next week, and then we're going to have the bowl season. Is that what we're doing?
Well, I mean,
for the structure?
We also got playoffs.
Yeah, those included bowl season because we're only going to be able to do, like, I guess we can do the first round and then the quarterfinal games. Other than that, there's not really no point. So,
Sure.
Okay.
Figured it off record. Off the record.
Yeah.
It's staying on record. I'm not cutting it out.
Yeah, I'll talk about some.
Give the people insight.
I do want to talk about something from last week. Okay. The A&M Auburn game was really good, and I think college football does a great job at their playoff. I hate the 2-point conversion off.
Yes, I think
it ruined a good game.
So I think, what was it, 4 or 5 years ago when Penn State, Illinois went 9 and nobody really scored, and then it was great for it because the 2-point conversion play happened, and like it was good that one time.
Yeah.
This went back to like when it was Texas A&M, and it might have even been Texas A&M Auburn, where they went like
no, it wasn't.
Was it Texas A&M LSU?
Yeah, it was
where they went 7 regular overtimes.
Yeah, it was the year before LSU won the national championship, and yeah, it went 7 regular overtimes, and the players, it was bad. Like they could not even they couldn't even move by the time they got there. It was like 73-71, I think the final was.
Yeah,
crazy game.
I don't remember who it was, but I heard this. They were talking about like one way to just don't do the 2-point conversion, just go to regular overtime, but start the ball at like the 50. So you're not automatically in field goal range.
Yeah. Yeah, after the first 2. Is that what you're saying?
No, just in general.
Yeah, I guess you could do that. I don't mind that. It would make it more interesting because, I mean, you got to make a decision then, right? If it's 4th down, are you going to go for it, or are you going to just check one up?
I mean, yeah, I guess
you got to go for it, but depending on where you're at.
Yeah, you'd still go. Because they still get the ball at the 50. You'd almost risk it. You wouldn't punt it because you'd risk.
Oh, you're saying they would have to restart?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That way, the point is you're not starting at the 25 because in order to get to the 38, still becomes a 53-yard field goal or whatever. Like,
you still need a first down, and even then, if you're at the 38, like, are you kicking the field goal or are you going for it? Yeah.
So if you start at the 50,
I like that idea.
Or even if you start at the 45, something that you're not at the 25 and you're already at a 37-yard field goal.
What happens if you go for it on 4th down and you're at the, it's too far for a field goal? They throw a pick.
Yeah.
They run it back, but they get tackled at they get tackled at like the 25. They play it at 25. Or
you go back to the
50.
Yeah, or wherever you pick. Yeah, the other team gets the ball at the 45 or 50, wherever.
I like that. Started at. That's a good idea.
Because then, I don't think that gets past 2 overtimes then. Ever.
Yeah, no. But other than that, I think Ole Miss dropped the ball huge. I mean, that's just obvious stuff. And then Alabama just no-showed against. The only team that makes Jalen Milroe a Heisman candidate is LSU. 2 years in a row.
Well, Auburn. So he's got another one coming up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
You know who else? You know who else completely shit the bed?
Who?
Army.
Yeah, that was obvious. Army's not good.
But I'm just saying, that thing was.
They look bad.
Yeah. They can't do anything like that.
First play game over.
You play a good
Notre
team,
Dame
you're going to run
the over.
Yeah.
Notre Dame covered the over by themselves in that game. 44.5.
That was
49.
That was easy bet. Who would have ever thought that after Nick Saban retired, an Alabama football team, or let me rephrase this better. If I told you before the week that Jackson Arnold would have 68 yards passing, you would have thought that Alabama won by 30?
Yeah. Nope.
That's
So
crazy.
there's a guy that I follow on TikTok. He kind of like does like these fake like college football script writing things, right? And like when he sat down for this past week, and he's like, "All right, guys, hear me out. Alabama, Oklahoma, we flip the quarterback's ability, and we get a white Mike Vick."
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
He ran 25 times.
Well, when you can't throw it, you run it.
They're gonna kill LSU. It's not that he could throw it. I guess they were 9 of 11, but I mean, if you're running the ball, I mean, they ran it 50 times. That's insane.
Hey, sometimes it happens.
Wow.
Sometimes it happens.
They're gonna beat LSU this week.
Disappointed that the Bucs didn't cover the over. That was
was tough,
Yeah.
man. That was really tough.
Well, when you shit the bed, right? Well, we do have our first conference championship this season so far. Congrats to the Beavs of Oregon State winning the Pac-2 when they defeated Wazoo 41-38 up in Coral Valley.
Adam, I'll tell you, speaking of that game, I'll tell you a good quarterback for Michigan will get portal. It's that Mateer guy from Washington State. That guy's sick.
We don't need him.
You're going to start Bryce Underwood game 1? Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll roll out well.
Miller Moss might come in for a little bit, but just to hang out.
Miller Moss. I think Miller Moss is going to be making a pretty penny down at Oklahoma or somewhere down like that.
Come on. He's already got a pipeline.
Where?
USC quarterback to where? In the transfer portal. Think about it. Jackson Dart.
Ole Miss. You think he's an Ole Miss? There you go. Oh, fuck. Another scumbag I can hate.
Jackson Dart's a clown, man. He is a clown.
Threw 3 interceptions in a span of 20 seconds, and only one of them counted.
And he cried after all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes you get tired and you cry. So,
hey, did you see this stat? They Ole Miss. Hold on, I gotta go to this. I saw this stat earlier. If you want to talk about running, hold on. You guys are gonna think this is crazy. Let me tell you this, okay? I'm gonna ask you a question. Ole Miss ran the ball 35 times. Okay. How many of those rushing attempts belong to a running back?
20.
No, I think it was under 10, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think I remember hearing something about it.
4. The defensive lineman had to compare the defensive lineman, that big guy, had 6 carries.
Jesus.
4. 4.
What are we doing? Why are we doing?
What the?
Yeah. So then what is? I guess that. What 11 on the end around?
I don't remember that. Yeah.
So 11 to Micah Davis on end arounds and little screen passes that were behind the line of scrimmage throws.
Yeah.
14 carries for Jackson Dart.
I know that some of those were like QB scrambles. They were out.
Yeah, he was scrambling a lot.
71 yards. Maybe that face paint doesn't work, huh?
Yeah, that's crazy though. The defensive lineman had more carries than both the running backs combined.
Hey, you don't talk bad about the Lane Train's offense. Let them get going.
I'm fine with like the analytics and stuff, but whenever they consume you in football and baseball, whatever it is, it's just at some point you have to use like gut decisions that, hey, I want to do this or I don't want to do this, or hey, and maybe I could stand by some logical decision making. Like Lane Kiffin, kick a fucking field goal for once. It's okay to take points on the road. You just need to win the game. Doesn't matter.
Why do that?
Whatever.
Why do that? So, Adam, let's talk a little bit about Underwood. So you think he opens up August 30th against the Lobos of New Mexico at home as a starter?
Yeah.
And then you think he starts September 6th in Norman against Oklahoma? Highly doubtly.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Nah.
They've got to.
Depends who they
I mean,
have.
I mean,
I love
they are.
their future schedule, though. They have on every future schedule.
Next year's week for
Date-
Michigan.
Well, they say date, site to be determined. Big Ten title game. You got to fucking get there first, bud. You got to get there.
Come on.
And you think it's weak?
It's
Hold on. You
always
think
great.
it's weak? You think it's
Yeah,
weak next year?
Next year's schedule is pretty soft
Not
for
with this
Michigan.
offense, and not with the team Michigan's got right now.
We're
got
not going to
Ohio
have the
State.
same team. Come on, guys. Let's not talk about
them.
next year where we're in this year. This ain't
This is
Michigan
them.
hate story.
At
Let's worry about
Oklahoma.
Michigan next year. If
At
we want to talk about
Oklahoma.
Michigan, Ohio State, then let's talk about it. We'll worry
get
about
there.
Michigan next year.
We'll get to it. So, at Oklahoma, at Maryland,
there.
at Michigan State, at Nebraska, at Northwestern,
Yeah, win,
at
win,
USC.
win.
Didn't you?
Win.
Don't you struggle with Maryland every year for some reason?
We'll beat them
They
next
got to
year.
play Indiana at Indiana.
No.
No.
And then at home is Ohio State, Purdue, Washington. You lost to Wisconsin. Will hand it to you.
Can't listen.
Penn State on there.
Nope. They don't get Penn State.
Somebody
no.
cut
Iowa.
this.
Nope. No Oregon. None of that. They dodge them all somehow.
It's not that
It's a
bad.
great schedule next year.
Probably a 3 or 4 loss team, I bet.
At East Lansing, at home in the big house against Ohio State, at Oklahoma. And by then, year 3, things might be going in the right direction in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Let's
Matt
get on
Rule
to
might
the.
have
I don't know.
them going.
Somebody cut this. Cut this. Let's move on.
All right. Go, Tyler.
Talking about next year. We're in this year. This is talks for the summer.
All our teams are out of playoff contention. So, whatever.
Yeah, I'm probably
Yours
getting
has
the
been
games.
out since August. So,
But I would like to make a recommendation. Let's talk about Ohio State, Michigan last.
sure. We can do that, I guess. I was going to save the big one for last, but we'll talk that one.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's fine. We can do that. That's fine. I like that idea.
So, we'll start at 11 a.m. kickoff. Clemson, South Carolina. The 15th ranked Gamecocks take on the 12th ranked Tigers. We get to see the weirdo Dabo Sweeney sprint down that hill and make it all about him because nobody gets to step foot past the rock until he hits the bottom of the hill.
Is that
South
true?
Carolina getting 2.5 points on the road. Over under 49.5. Tyler, what do you got?
I was talking about this team earlier in a group chat, and they're just not very good. I don't feel, but I don't know how good South Carolina is. Like the talk of the town right now, right? And I don't know how good they are really either. But if I look at who South Carolina's played and how they've played them compared to who I look at Clemson's played, and Clemson's beat one team with a winning record this year. 1 out of their 9 wins is a team with a winning record. And that was against, if I recall, it was against Pittsburgh, who's been awful. I think they've lost 4 games in a row. They're 7-4 now. So if I could take the South Carolina, but can I get that at +3 by chance?
Let's see what it moves it to. So, South Carolina +3. We get that down odds-wise to... Come on, ESPN bets. Let's go. Let's move it along. -130. Barely able to do it.
Yeah, I'll take that. I don't really like this. I don't know if I'd bet this in real life, but that's what I'm leaning with here.
Adam.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's definitely a game that I would avoid in real life gambling. I probably would avoid this. So, and I told myself I was going to go at the numbers again. So I'm looking at an over in this game. What did you say that number was, Trout?
49.5.
I'll take the over there. Looking at kind of a vibe check, everybody's big on South Carolina. Hot team coming into this game. So I think I'm going to stay away from a side just because I do feel like it's going to be kind of a coin flip. Whoever has maybe the ball last, whoever has wins the turnover possession, something like that's probably going to win this game. But just mark me down for the over. I'm going to stay away from the side.
Okay. I don't know. It's Shane Beamer. Said it 2 weeks ago. You guys laughed at me. If the Tigers could just have wrapped up somebody on a 15-yard shovel pass, we would have had the Shane Beamer moment where he blows a game like always.
True.
But they're not favored in this one. They're not favored. So, we'll most likely get the other Shane Beamer we're seeing a lot this year, which is, how do you say it? Swaggy Shane Beamer.
Swaggy Pete.
So
Swaggy B.
I'm going to take South Carolina plus 2.5. The over 49.5. Hell, give me South Carolina money line plus 150. Because wouldn't it just be the SEC way to have the 3 SEC title or SEC playoff representatives, 2 of them be like Tennessee and South Carolina? And
Yeah,
Ole Miss and Georgia and Bama and LSU all missed. Mizzou misses who was supposed to be in it. Texas A&M misses who was supposed to be on the cusp of it. Like,
I think whoever wins this has a good chance of getting in.
I mean, look, when you're a top whatever team, like I'm saying, like going into the season, you could have said Mizzou probably would have had a better chance to make the college football playoff than South Carolina. Is my point. Like, South Carolina was only ranked for the first time, like 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Tough squad. You know
what?
One team walked.
I know
one team walked in that trap and took over that trap. I think I actually, Trout, I've changed my mind. I think I want Clemson instead.
I want Clemson too. I forgot about the time that I took him as a lock and they fucked me, and I don't think they're going to fuck me twice.
I don't know why.
Klubnik could be good.
Trout, change me to Clemson minus 2.5, please.
Mark me down.
Now I really like that. So you wanted the over too?
I want the over in Clemson. I forgot about Maffa. I like that guy. Maffa, the running back for Clemson.
Now I really like the Shane Beamer game here.
Yeah, Maffa, Klubnik. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to move down to another SEC rival. We're going to head on down to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Bryant-Denny Stadium for the Iron Bowl. Sometimes there's just too much Bama in your blood. Alabama minus 11.5 at home, over under 52.5. Tyler, if you're curious, Auburn plus 380 on the money line.
No, I'm not going to take the plus 380, but I am going to take the Auburn plus 11.5 here. I think they're starting to play better here. The last few weeks they just beat themselves, which is concerning. But that's more concerning to me when the spread is a little bit tighter and it's closer. I think I like Auburn's defense here. I think they're gonna be pretty aggressive on the front seven here, similar to the way that Oklahoma was able to get after Jalen Milroe. I think they're going to get after him a little bit, and put some pressure on him. Make sure he beats him with his arm, not his legs, unlike another team in the SEC did a couple weeks ago. So give me Auburn plus 11.5.
Adam.
Yeah, Bama's a mess. I saw somewhere that they're missing that they're gonna miss that linebacker, Lawson. I think his name is Tyler.
The transfer. The guy who's going to be a Missouri Tiger?
Could be. I don't know. But, Auburn's playing spoiler. Give me Auburn in the points.
Okay. Well, that might have just changed my decision making. Let's see what the money says here. So we got the money. 50% of the bets, Auburn plus 11.5. Only 30% of the money. And most of the money and the bets, over 75% of both, are on the over. So that being said, I'm going the over, and hell, give it to me. Bama minus 11.5.
Yeah,
Gonna be on Auburn. I was gonna be on Auburn plus 11.5. Don't like that you're both on it.
I just don't know what it's going to
that.
be like for these teams to bounce back up after just throwing away their college football
season's over.
playoff.
Zero motivation. They're losing a bad team. It'd be one thing if Bama was had losses against good teams, but I mean, where's the motivation for them? They're done.
Yeah, disaster.
My thinking is it's a pretty high scoring game, and Hugh Freeze chokes away a couple plays that lead to late touchdowns that get that spread just to about 14.
Yeah, I can see that. So
that's like I thought it would be like, I think this game's a 10-point game, and then Hugh
late
Freeze
touchdown. Yep.
Yeah, Hugh Freeze blows it somehow maybe. But like I said, I was leaning Auburn plus 11.5 in the over. But then with you both on it, decided to flip it. And the money says to flip it. So,
just
Sharps no. The Sharps no. The Sharps no. We will move on. 2:30 kick, CBS. We're going to head west to the LA Coliseum. Which, I mean, if you ask me, this could very well be a top 5 uniform game of the whole year. Yeah. These are two of the classics.
USC is a top 5 uniform?
Game. Not them specifically, but the game of what these two uniforms stand for.
USC good helmet, not a good uniform, I'd say.
It's both. But I'm saying when you match up their maroon, whatever you want to call it, cardinal and gold, with the gold and navy of Notre Dame, it just looks good. Good on the field, on the green grass in California.
All right, I'll let you stay on that one.
Notre Dame, 5th ranked team in the country, minus 7.5 on the road, over under 51.5. Tyler.
Yeah, I mean, this team's playing for their playoff lives here. They got to win this game. Not to mention they're playing for playoff seeding as well. And the reason why I mention this is because I think if Notre Dame wins this game, they're going to hop who is in front of them in the seeding right now, which will be Penn State. And if they do that, they're going to get the coveted 5 seed in the playoffs. And why do I say that's the coveted 5 seed in the playoffs? Because they are going to start their playoff against playing the 12 seed, which is looking like, I believe right now, is either Boise State or Arizona State. Notre Dame's going to be probably 2.5, 3 touchdown favorites in that game. Okay? And after that, not only do they play one of those two teams, whoever is not ranked 4th in that seeding, whoever's not ranked 12th in the seeding is going to be ranked 4th, and then Notre Dame's going to play them that following week, which is going to be, probably about the same spread. So, this is a big game for Notre Dame. I bet a couple weeks ago I took Notre Dame on a future. I think it was like 15 or I forget what 15-1 or something like that. So I like that bet right now. Just to a point where we'll be able to hedge it in the group. But I think Notre Dame's playing great football. Probably one of the most electric players in the country that no one really talked about, Jeremiah Love, out of CBC, St. Louis kid. Just electric running the football. I like the way that Notre Dame's offense is run. I've been all over Notre Dame probably the last 5 or 6 weeks. And not to tease anything, the reason why my lock is who it is this week has something to do with Notre Dame. I'll tie that in later. So give me Notre Dame. Chart, if I could get to 7 by chance.
Let's see. Let's see what 7 gets you. Minus 120.
Yeah, I'll take that, and then I'll also take an alternate line if you could get Notre Dame minus 13.5 too.
So what's the point of the minus 7?
Just in case, baby. Just in case.
13.5 is plus 140.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
No, I ain't doing that.
According to the ESPN bets.
You move the line 6 points, and it's only plus 140?
You can move it up to, it's plus 113 for minus 10.
No. That ain't worth it. Juice ain't worth the squeeze there. That's what they say in the radio business.
You can move it up to plus
business.
160 if you move it all the way up to 14.
No. I'll take the minus 7.
Okay. Adam.
Am I seeing this right? That people are saying that Miller Moss might not play? They're going to play the other guy?
Anymore.
Right.
Play the other guy.
They're going to go with the backup for sure?
Yeah.
The backup played the whole game against
last game, but
UCLA.
I just figured that was UCLA.
No, he's been playing
Miller Moss first.
Miller Moss got benched.
That's
why
the speculation is he's transferring.
I know, but I just figured they would throw him out there against Notre Dame. It's a pretty big game. The reason I say that is because really, outside of Louisville, Notre Dame hasn't played like a decent team that can pass the ball. So I was thinking if Miller Moss was playing, who's better, Trout? You give me a look. What team throws the ball better than who they played? Louisville. Who is better than Louisville?
I'd probably say A&M.
No, they can't throw. That was a bad game. That was one of the worst QBR rated games. PFF rated games in history by.
Again, Louisville, best team that they play that can throw the ball. USC does have wide receivers. I don't know if they're going to have a quarterback that can throw the ball, but because of that, I do think that they can somewhat keep it close. I'm going with the over, and I think if I can get the 7.5, I'm going to take USC to backdoor this game. Maybe we can meet in the middle.
What do you mean if you can get the line is 7.5?
I thought you said Tyler took it at 7.
Yeah,
he moved it.
I moved it.
Oh, I wasn't paying. I was listening to 13.5 or whatever. So yeah, 7.5 then. Great. That's what I want. USC plus 7.5.
I will say this is probably the best passing attack that they've probably played this year, I would say.
Yes, easy. Trout looking at me like I'm an idiot.
It does concern me because Notre Dame's best quarterback is out for the year too, so we'll see. But that is my worry. But I think they're gonna bully the fuck out of them. Yeah. We'll see.
I would have felt better if Miller Moss gets back in there, maybe.
I don't know if USC has enough time to throw the ball.
Yeah, that's
this week.
Who knows?
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I've been riding it the same way for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. Make it 5. Give me Notre Dame minus the points. Give me the over. Give me Notre Dame team total over. It's only screwed me one time.
Yeah, they're a good team to be on right now.
It just happened to be the one time it did screw me.
The back door.
Was the lock backdoor miss when Virginia scored the only points in the fourth quarter, a touchdown to just miss covering by 22.5.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Notre Dame's got to win in style. Been saying it since Kyle was subbed in for Adam a couple weeks ago. They got to win in style.
Not anymore. Yeah. They win, they're in here.
Well, no, I know, but I'm saying that so now it's only just over a touchdown.
Yeah.
And,
they win.
Yeah. That is
That's a big. This is a big game for their. This is a big game for their seeding here. I mean, I think they jump Penn State if they win this game.
Well, but here's the thing. I was looking at it. I was going to wait to bring it up. I don't know if they're still 5. They won't be 5.
Who?
Notre Dame. They can't be 5 in the bracket.
No, they can be 5. They can't be 4.
No, they can't be 5. The
No, it can be
5
5.
is going to be that loser of Ohio State, Oregon. It's going to be.
No.
Because they're 1 and 2. They don't play anybody. They play the Big Ten title game. Only one of those can stay in the top 4, so the other one drops to 5. Best they can actually probably be is 6 because of the way it plays out.
Yeah, maybe.
Makes sense.
Because if you look at the bracket right now,
Forgot
this
about
is
that.
the other thing. This is the other thing people forget. The 4 buys are the 4 highest conference champions.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be the Big 12. Yeah.
So right now it's if the top teams win, it's Oregon number 1, Texas would be 2 with the bye, Miami would be 3 with the bye, Boise State would be 4 with the bye.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And then
so that'll be very interesting to see if Ohio State, if they lose to Oregon in the Big Ten. And I guess either way, whoever they fall,
yeah.
I
bet they just put them at 5, right? That's probably what they do.
Yeah, you're right.
So as of right now, the way the playoff matchup looks, Ohio State is 5, Penn State would be 6. So Penn State would not be like if Notre Dame wins, Penn State would probably get jumped.
Get a 7.
So Notre Dame would be 6. Notre Dame is 7 right now, which actually for them is not bad. 7 plays 10 SMU.
Yeah, no, that'll
right
be
now,
Penn State. Who's
but
11?
I'm just saying, that would be I don't know how this game would play out if Notre Dame does get to 6 and the rest of the seedings stay the same. That would be the 6th ranked home team, Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the 11th ranked Indiana Hoosiers.
Oh, Notre Dame would kill Indiana.
But I'm saying, like, would they really have the same 2 teams playing in the same state, or would they just manipulate the seedings?
That'd be awesome. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah,
I think they would manipulate the seedings enough.
I want to see. No.
Yeah, I think.
No.
But the other thing
they want that. They want that. That's what they want.
But my other thing is I think they manipulate the seedings too, anyways, because as of right now, you'd have if this was the final one, you'd have Penn State versus Indiana in one round.
Yeah, they don't want
Tennessee
that.
You'd have Tennessee versus Georgia again in another round. Yeah,
you're not going to get that because we'll get to this. We'll get to this in a minute, but yeah. Okay. Let's go to the next. Let's do Ohio State because I want to talk the A&M game last.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
So, second to last game, we got big noon kickoff bullshit because the boosters of both Michigan and Ohio State put in a contract that they can't play after noon for a kickoff after the daylight savings times has kicked into effect, which is why the big noon kickoff is a thing, which is why this game's always at noon.
That's
bullshit.
A thing?
Yeah. There's a contract with the TV contracts.
That sucks too because the CBS 2:30 game would be perfect. That'd be nice.
Yeah. But nope, it's got to be at noon. That's why it was always at noon on ABC, and now it's always noon on big noon kickoff. Michigan getting 21 points on the road in the shoe. Over under 43.5. Tyler.
There's only one pick in this game. There's only one pick in this game. You may have a team, a quarterback, number 1 quarterback coming in next year, Adam. And that might make you a little bit better next year.
Charles wants to talk about this year.
You ain't getting out of this ass whooping that is coming your way. This game is going to be over. This game will be over by Midwest 11:30 kickoff. That's what time. Actually, no. Hold on, 11:45 because they start 11:15. This game will be over. It'll be 14-0. 2 drives in the game. Ohio State is going to beat the absolute fuck out of Michigan. Ohio State minus 21. Ohio State team total over. Michigan team total under.
Anything else?
Jeremiah Smith, anytime touchdown scorer. Jeremiah Smith, receiving yards over.
All right. Anything else? We know we hurt your feelings. We know you took your quarterback. It's fine, man. You don't have to take it out on the pod.
5 bets on one game right now for title.
Yeah, he's probably gonna lose them all.
No, I don't know about that one. Come on now.
Yeah, I mean, this game it is what it is. Michigan stinks. It's fine. We beat their ass 3 years in a row. It's welcome back to the rival.
Stolen signs.
Welcome back to the rival. I do think Michigan has a chance. I think it's a very small chance. It's a very small chance, but they do have a chance if they muck it up. They control the clock. They run the ball. I don't like that Johnson's not playing. I heard the rumors that Loveland might not play, so that's also a very alarming sign.
They don't want to play for their head coach?
No, they want to go to the NFL.
They don't want to come back and fight for their
Maybe
guys?
he's not a good coach.
Yeah, I think they're banged up. Anyways, can I go? Thank you.
Go ahead.
They muck it up. They keep it close. You don't mean that. I'm just going to wrap this up. I'm going to go.
I told you what happened. You have made a mortal enemy out of me.
Yeah, it's a mistake by you. I understand Trout that wants to talk about this next year. We'll just push next year on to next year. We'll bring this back up and we'll be back. This year doesn't matter. Who cares? Ryan Day is going to blow it. Michigan's going to cover. They might win, but he's going to fuck it up somehow. Mark my words. It's a close game. It's going to be an ugly game. It'll be a close game.
Oh,
Michigan
hey, hold on. Before you, did you see what Ryan Day said?
No,
this was kind of
why
funny.
would I waste my time
said,
listening to that jokester?
I think it was something along the lines of losing to Michigan was the worst day that I've ever had in my life. And then he was like, oh, outside the day that my dad died when I was 9.
Clown.
That was funny.
Really though, what I like about, at least recently, is that Michigan cares more about the rival than Ohio State kids. That's why Michigan always has a chance in this game. They get fired up for this game. Ohio State kids get fired up for the NFL draft. Michigan will play this game
Ohio
close.
State gets fired up for the playoff. Let's be real. Or the Big Ten title game. Yeah.
When was that? When was the last time that was? Forgot. It's been a few years. Shut up, Trout. Next.
It's been 1 year.
No.
1 year.
Michigan's won the Big Ten past 3 years.
I'm talking about playoffs.
Next. You said Big Ten. Get next.
Well, I
got my
part
pick
of it.
Next. I'm sick of this.
Hey, this is the thing. People in Arkansas want to talk about how this weekend is like Mizzou's Super Bowl when we win it all the time. You just made a comment that they said it was Michigan's Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, that being said, give me Ohio State minus 21. Give me the under 43.5 in the game. Give me the over Ohio State team total. Michigan is not moving this ball at all. There is no offense that's going to be in maize and blue. Piss yellow and navy. No offense.
Wah, 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 wah.
It's not wah. Have you seen their offense?
Yes, I have. We talked about it every single podcast. We are still the reigning national champions.
Whoop-de-doo. They scored 50 points against Northwestern.
Didn't brag about it.
I'm not saying you are, but just saying, like, look at their offense outside of one game. It's brutal.
Ohio State hasn't played a tough D-line. Maybe Penn State, but...
Maybe Penn State. Maybe it's...
Just saying. We muck it
up. They haven't
up.
played anybody. Oh, wait. Hold on. They've only played the number 4 team in the nation.
And the number 1.
Number 1,
and Oregon.
Michigan's got a good D-line.
And
Oregon.
Iowa.
Oregon's
Iowa, good D-line.
Come on. All right.
You don't think Iowa's got a good D-line?
We have 2 NFL guys on our D-line. Let's go. Next game. Sick of this. Next game.
All right. Last game we're going to talk about, the biggest one of them all. First time in 14 years, I think it is, since they left the conference. I guess maybe 13 years since they left the conference. The number 3 Longhorns travel to Heil Field, College Station, Texas. 6:30 kick ABC take on the Aggies. Texas only giving 6 points, over under 48.5. Tyler?
Yeah, we just talked about a bitter rival. I think these two. Adam's gone. Adam's back.
20%. 20%.
Start over. God.
We just talked about bitter rivals. I think these two teams hate each other more than any other rivalry in the entire country. That's
well, you have a Colt versus non-Colt.
Yeah, I don't think I think this will be. I wish A&M would have won last week because they would have made this game that much better. Just hating each other. Quinn Ewers, I don't know if they said if he's playing or not. I've heard he's a little banged up.
No, I don't. I think he was getting his MRI and whatever today.
Okay, so yeah.
So I don't.
But also, would that be a bad thing if Arch was playing over Quinn?
No. I think it might make me like Texas more.
Right? But I don't think Texas knows what they're walking into. This is going to be the most difficult environment they've played in a long time. Probably from the last time they played at A&M. That's how difficult this is going to be. I think the
Why do you hate Vandy?
Second or third biggest stadium capacity in the country. The biggest in the SEC. You're right. They are going into a cult. That is what they're walking into. And I think, I don't know if they're ready for that right now. So give me A&M +6 and A&M on the money line. Went outright.
That money line is +195.
And I think Texas might actually be okay with losing this game. Because then they don't have to go play Georgia next week. They can sit home and get healthy.
Makes sense.
Adam?
Yeah, it's hard to go against that. I do think Texas wins this game, but I do think 6 points is a lot. I could see a field goal. I could see overtime. So I'm going to go Texas A&M in the points. I'm going to stay away from the total. It's the smart move. I was leaning towards an under, but fuck, who knows? A&M in the points. Lock it.
So, 2 things. I like the little shot that Tyler took again at the Maize and Blue. This is the most hostile environment they've been in. Oh, they went to Michigan earlier this year. Guess Tyler doesn't think it was too hostile for them.
Didn't even care. In 1 year, out the other.
It was like a funeral. Funeral of a football program.
That being said, I think Texas wins also. I think this is a high scoring game.
Really? Wow.
Great way to end a nice Saturday of eating leftovers.
Your third dried out turkey sandwich of the day.
I'll take the over 48.5. But Texas A&M, as Lee Corso says it, keeps it close.
Keeps it close.
Field goal game. Texas A&M +6, over 48.5. That wraps up those. Now, we're going to move on to our Week 13 Listener of the Week and our Mama Combo Platter Parlay. Yeah, we got to hit one of these guys. We got to hit one of these. Just one. Just one for a nice little payout.
Got to tap it in.
One for a nice little payout.
We've been so close.
Tyler, this week, Listener of the Week is...
Listener of the Week. This is the second time appearing as Listener of the Week. Mike Helpont is the Listener of the Week. In large part because he's in St. Louis visiting family. Got to spend some time with him this week. He was really nice. Came out to the Mama's hockey game on Sunday. We won't talk about that game, but his pick is going to be the USC Trojans +7.5.
Yuck. Yuck, Mikey. I'm tired of you and your emotional risk management that you like to play here. Adam, your lock.
I am going with an over. Probably a dumb pick, but I just don't see how these two teams don't score a shit ton of points. Miami, Syracuse at the Dome, 67.5. That's my lock. Two teams that can't play defense, two teams that score high, equals an over.
And a dome.
And a dome.
Tyler.
Let me hit you fellows with a little nugget. Okay? Are you ready? There's been 10 teams that have played a game after playing Notre Dame this year. Do you want to guess what they are against the spread?
0-10.
That's correct. 0-10 against the spread, failing to cover by over 12 points a game. Closer to 13 points a game they have not covered. Now, I mentioned earlier how Army didn't look very good this week. They're playing a tougher team this week, too, that people don't think about. And I think this team not only covers, I think they win this game. Give me UTSA plus 7.5.
Oh.
That's risky.
Okay. I'm not going to lie. I just flipped mine. I completely flipped on what I think I'm going to use for my lock.
Are you saying you flipped to a different game or you flipped the pick from one team to the other?
Different
that
game.
would have been a great move. No, you should have flipped. You should have, whatever game you were going to go with, you go with the other team.
I just kind of thought about it when I was like, ooh, maybe to Tyler's point, they don't try to win this game, but I know they have to try, but what I'm doing is I'm just going to flip my best bet, which actually I should have just done anyways, because my best bet I don't think I've missed in a while, and I've struggled with my locks, so I just flipped them from what I built out earlier. So my new lock is going to be a Friday game also. It was originally a Friday game. It was originally going to be Georgia minus 19.5 at home against Georgia Tech. I don't know. Got a little gun shy, I guess, maybe you could say. So I'm flipping it to another Friday game, an 11 o'clock kickoff on Fox. Another team that's minus 19. Because where they sit in the playoff, they need a win with big-time style to make sure that they lock up as long as they win their conference tournament, top 4 bye. Give me Boise State minus 19 at home against Oregon State.
Wow.
I like that pick better. That pick better.
Hold on.
Puts us.
Hey, hold on. Trout, did you see what the Heisman odds were?
Yeah, it's bullshit. Genty should be the Heisman Trophy winner. He's about ready to break Barry Sanders' rushing yards in a season. He should win the Heisman.
I know
it's all about the flag.
I will tell you right now, whatever props you have for Travis Hunter, you better bet him this weekend because they've got nothing to play for other than him winning this Heisman, and he is going to get the ball a lot of times, yards, targets. I'd bet the touchdown too. That'll be on the card for me.
All right, so that puts our Mama's Combo parlay at USC plus 7.5, UTSA plus 7.5, over 47.5, Miami at Syracuse, Boise State minus 19. $100 bet pays you $1,032.02.
Seems good. Free money.
I like that. Hey, can I share a little nugget on things I like to do this last week of the football season in terms of betting?
Sure.
Where you can find a little bit of an angle. So look for teams that are fighting for bowl eligibility. Now, you may say like these bigger teams, like this one one of my best bets that I have, not so much this, other than playing against the other team, but like these smaller teams that don't get to go to bowls a lot, or that's a huge significant for them. Look for them to be playing in a spot to get bowl eligibility against a team that either is not playing for anything, or a team that has already got their bowl game, and there's nothing really to play for them next. So look for that in some of these bets that you make this week. That's a good angle to play.
Smart.
Yep.
Good tip. Tyler, what's your best bet?
Oklahoma +6.
God, you are just hammering away against your squad.
How many times in a row now?
I don't know.
Last week, covered. Week before, covered. Week before that, covered. Week before that, covered.
Is that a Friday game?
LSU, Oklahoma? No, it's Saturday night.
No. Then when is it? Okay. There it is. Adam.
This team is hot. Kansas -1.5 on the road versus
you know what
Baylor.
that means. You know what that means.
Feeling hot. Feeling not.
You know what that means. That means they're about ready to fall off the cliff. They ain't going to be
Who are they playing?
winning.
Not Baylor. Baylor stinks.
Oh, give me Kansas. Give me that too.
-1.5 on the road.
10% better. You gotta hurry.
They're the best team in the Big 12 right now.
Playing like it.
Kansas is the best team in the Big 12 right now.
Woohoo.
And
They
then
didn't cover against Linwood. They lose all credibility.
It's a shame that future died so early. That they are the best team in the Big 12. Damn, that sucks. That makes it hurt even more. Just seeing the capability.
So outside of Georgia, like I said, Georgia -19. On that thinking that Tyler has about a couple teams. Another best bet team that's got nothing to play for. Their payroll this year was above the cap minimum of $20 million. They got a quarterback that just cried on national television. Give me Mississippi State +26.5 at Ole Miss in the Egg Bowl. It's a lot of points, especially coming on a short week on a Thursday night.
I'll be on that game.
That one.
Is that Thursday or they play Friday now?
Oh, they moved it to Friday.
Yeah,
it's usually always Thursday night. I don't like that.
They're doing that to stop competing with
Thursday night football.
Yeah, which kind of sucks because Thursday night games suck too.
Yeah.
I'll be on that game. I like that.
Another one that I don't know why I like this, but like I said earlier, we talked about how funny the SEC has kind of been this year and how weird some of these playoff teams that might get into it. It's at home. I like Vandy +10.5 against Tennessee. Like Vandy just to keep it close.
Tennessee got to win.
I know they do.
Pavia took a beating last week against LSU. Boy, they were lucky to cover that game. That was.
And then I don't know what the deal is. They haven't been they've been bowl eligible since week 6, right? No, week 8. But give me Mizzou -3 against Arkansas. That's another one that I don't mind.
Drinkwitz, speaking of Mizzou, Drinkwitz is such a douchebag.
Why? Because of the video?
Of him saying, Mississippi State, I'll run it fucking up. Yeah.
They're down whatever, and they're chirping. Like, you're down 19. Shut the fuck up. We're kneeling the ball on your 2-yard line. Shut up. What are you yapping and then diving at guy for, though? Like, no wonder you're 2-18 or whatever the fuck you are the past 2 years.
Just shut up, Drink.
Hey, he's just proving a point.
Yeah, I guess so.
He should have just handed it off and ran it in anyways then and said, fine, fuck you.
Illinois -7.5 Northwestern. Put that on my card.
Man, they got lucky to win last week. Is
They're bouncing
Northwestern
back.
close to bowl eligibility?
No.
No, they're like 3 and something. No, 4 and 7. Sorry.
That would explain how they got 50 hung on them last week.
Yeah. They didn't care.
Yeah. And plus, this game's going to be played in the parking lot of the soccer field this time.
Yeah.
I like
Hell
that
no.
stadium. They should move it there all the time. I like that.
Another one, just because they have nothing to play for. They're bowl eligible. They're not anywhere close to being able to be in the playoff again, right? And I don't think they can win the conference now. I like Houston plus 13 at BYU in Provo.
Okay.
BYU's done. Toast. So that wraps this one up.
Next week's going to be a really big show. We have some breaking news that we'll share at the beginning. So make sure you're listening. All right? Big breaking news coming next week.
Mama's is pulling the sponsorship. We need a new sponsor.
No, this is even bigger. Big breaking news next week. So stay tuned. All right. All right, boys.
All right. That wraps up episode. Well, I guess it is only episode 14. I said 15 earlier because we missed one. Episode 14, week 14, Sports Divided College Pick'em podcast presented by Mamas on the Hill. Go down, get yourself a chicken parm, maybe a cannoli after.
Holy
specials
cannoli!
Maybe some of the white peach sangria.
Maybe an espresso tini.
Maybe a nice Peroni with a nice cold glass.
Maybe have an espresso tini with your dried turkey this weekend.
Wash it down.
Maybe. Or just dump the turkey into the Peroni beer. Let it soak it all in.
That probably helps it. All right, boys.
All right, that wraps this one up. See you next week.
God bless.